Hey everybody, this is meteorologist Brad Panovich here in Charlotte, North Carolina with your Ski Southeast update. Well, we're in another midweek thaw. This has been the craziest pattern I've seen in a while here in the Southeast. It's crazy in a good and bad sense. It's crazy that it's been so warm in the middle of the weeks, but honestly, except for that 2 week stretch in January, it's been really ironic how it's gotten cold and snowy for the weekends, which is the time a lot of us go to the mountains to do some skiing. And again this week, there's almost an identical pattern to we've seen the last 3 weeks with this warm week pattern and then cooler for the weekend. This go around, there's actually going to be some natural snow. Let me show you the setup here because it is pretty interesting to see the warm weather that we have on Wednesday and really for early on Thursday, but then it changes to snow pretty quickly. This cold front is pretty strong, and if you look carefully, you could see on the back side of this low, there's going to be really good snow up here in West Virginia and Western Maryland. In fact, there's going to be a swath of snow up here that could be 6, 7, 8 inches of snow because this is a pretty energetic system. Now, further south, this is going to be rain initially down in the North Carolina areas, but eventually even there it's going to change to snow on the backside. You see that northwest flow snow, so these will be some good snow showers starting Thursday morning into the afternoon, and they could linger for a while because there is a little fetch off the Great Lakes, at least for a little bit, that will help produce some snow in those northwest facing areas. And then it gets cold for Friday and at least early Saturday. So from a snowmaking standpoint, Thursday, Friday actually looking pretty optimal for snowmaking. But the high shifts off to the south, and we start seeing that southwest flow try to develop. It's still cold, but we'll start to see a subtle warm up here across the southeast starting Saturday into Sunday, but not before a really cold Friday from the system. How much snow are we talking about across the southeast? Let's widen this out. And you can see starting Thursday early in the morning, look at the snow totals up towards Wisp, maybe down to Snowshoe, not quite the Winter Place and some of the Virginia resorts. But then we go into Thursday, and this is when things really start to pan out. And you could see a nice swath of snow up here in West Virginia. You start getting in these purples, 7, 8 inches of snow, not out of the realm of possibility. And then down into North Carolina, pretty good event for the Smokies. Cataloochee, you might get a little 2 inch amount out of this, and then you could see Beach and Sugar Mountain and Wolf Ridge and those areas look like they might get a little bit of snow out of this as well. So a good natural snow event with, on top of that, some cold temperatures. Here's the below freezing temperatures. Obviously nothing Wednesday, but here we go into Thursday. You can see the cold air moves into the mountains Thursday morning. So we're getting natural snow, and it's cold enough to make snow, and it looks like it's going to stay cold all day Thursday. It could be really, really cold, honestly, by Thursday night and Friday. We're talking below 0 readings. Now, long range, what's going on here in the southeast? The cold pattern for Thursday, Friday, start of Saturday, but then look what happens on Sunday into Monday. Another huge blowtorch develops. You can see that really warm air starts surging back, but the cold air is not too far away. That's what's been so weird about this winter is we've been on the edge here in the southeast. We get these buckles of warm air, and then we get the cold air. So it's been cyclical. It's been like a line curve, up and down, up and down. And I actually pulled some of the numbers, at least for the Charlotte area, and it pretty much applies to most of the southeast, that the average high on Wednesday since the beginning of the year has been like in the 60s, and the average high on the weekend's been like in the 40s. It's been amazing how that has worked out, that it's been warm in the middle of the week and then cold on the weekends. But you can see there's more cold air next week coming in pieces. What I'm really interested in is going into next weekend, which is going towards President's Day weekend, obviously the weekend after Valentine's Day. There is a whole lot of cold air lurking up here in Canada. And is it going to make it down here? Right now, it certainly looks like the West Virginia, Maryland resorts, and even North Carolina is going to be cold enough for making snow. I think the question is what's going on with the storm track. And at this range, it's still kind of difficult to pinpoint what's going on with that storm track. But I certainly believe that we're going to at least have the opportunity for another winter storm sometime in that time frame of after Valentine's Day and President's Day weekend. And just to kind of show you, looking long range, let me see if I can move this over for you. We'll go into the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right around Valentine's Day. We'll stop this at Valentine's Day morning. So there's Valentine's Day morning. Nothing special there. Some nighttime cold air, but pretty mild overall. So we go past Valentine's Day and we go towards that Thursday after, and you could see there's a big storm system coming in from the west. But right now, it looks like a lot of the southeast could be on the warm side, but there is some cold air not too far away. So this trek, this far out, that low could be there, it could be down here, it could be over here, it could be there. So I don't really look for specifics this long range out, and neither should you. Just look that there's a storm in the area and there's cold air nearby. So some of the ingredients are there. Whoops, sorry about that. Are there that we could see some type of winter weather. And even in this scenario, on the back side, there's a bunch of cold snow. This is the Friday, the 17th, going into President's Day weekend. You can see some northwest flow snow and cold temperatures. So that's promising that at least for that weekend, which is a huge ski weekend, obviously, that there's going to be the potential that it will be cold at least. Question mark about snowiness. I never like looking at storm specific this far out. But again, the weekends are looking great. And the rest of the season should be okay if we can get through these midweek warm-ups. That's why the snowmaking operations going gangbusters while you can is really important, because it gets you ready for the weekend. You get a little natural snow and some snowmaking, and the slopes are great. The groomers do a great job. The Southeast really, for as mild as this winter has been, it's honestly been a pretty good ski season, and it's timing out again that February into March is looking good on the weekends again. So that's the latest. I'll do another update going into this weekend as that next cold air mass moves down. It'll be warm here the next 24 to 36 hours, but cold air coming for Thursday into Friday, and I'll have another update coming up on Thursday night into Friday. Hope you're having a great work week. I'll see you later this week, and as always, think snow, everybody.